Alright guys, Gary back again. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit more different, as seems to be the normal on my channel at the moment. I figured it'd be an interesting idea if I was to paint the model box fox that came with the medieval box, Sir Rox The Knight. But I thought it'd be interesting if I recorded it and sort of did a mini commentary. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to turn out, but should be interesting. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, so I started off, I base coated rocks with standard Mechanicus Grey. I only really have the Citadel paint range, so it's going to be mainly those paints used. First off, I used Jaquero Orange for the fox's fur. I'm kind of very aware that this is going to be very awkwardly set up to start with. I'm not used to really having a camera over me while I'm painting, and every now and then I do move the model a bit closer to my face just to try and make sure I got all the detail in. Prime example there, right off camera, so I've got to try and work out a way of staying in shot. Then I moved on to, which one's that? Lead Belcher. So I was doing the base, metal, like silver base for the sword. I think I was trying to work out what colour to do the arm guards, and basically like the metal armour. But if it focused, that would be the chainmail I'm doing there. This is annoying. If I could keep it in focus, I'd be happy. So I just need to try and work out a way of keeping it in focus, really. I've gone back to the orange, just to do another layer of the fur. Gotta make some sort of note of where I'm aiming the camera. Also got used to move. I'll have to get used to moving my head rather than my hands, I think. Maybe get a sheet or something to put underneath so it's not focusing on the wood grain of the table. That might be an idea for the next one. And I moved on to the old Retributor armour. I decided to go with gold for the actual armour itself. I think it's because I actually just generally like painting gold. I don't like painting pure yellow, but gold for some reason I really enjoy it. So I'm not the fastest painter in the world. I like to try and get things right more than anything. Also, just remembered I've got the bloody painting handle sat to my side, so I probably should use that. Keep it in shot, Gary. Yeah, I've just realised, I think as I'm painting this, I've just realised the armour shin guard I've painted doesn't actually cover his boot. Yeah, it's on this side. So I don't actually need to do his foot in gold. I always find I miss things on my first pass round. Which is why I'll jump backwards and forwards between colours in a bit. Quite happy with it. I quite like how that gold's coming out on the camera. If only I could just keep it in focus. That's going to be my challenge, I think, for the next couple of videos, is to try and work out how to keep this in focus. And then I went for a bit of Caliban green for the plumage, which then sort of spread down and did the main part of his waistcoat as well. Waistcoat, tunic, whatever you want to call it. Perfect. I have noticed that since I've started painting again, I do have quite a bit of a shake in my hands, which is why I struggle. Well, not struggle. I try to keep my hands as rested as possible when I'm doing stuff. A lot of support. I do like how the green came out as well, actually. And here I'm just going on to the browns, which are base coat of Mournfang Brown. In my head, I wanted like the boots, the belt, the straps, and the pouch at the back to all have differing shades of brown. And then I remembered I don't actually have that many shades of brown, so you got light and dark. Which one's that? That's and I decided to try and do so. I wanted like the undercoat to be red, so I went for a bit of corn red with that one. I think I found a picture on the internet. This kind of really nice, well drawn, well painted bit of art. I can't think who drew it, and I don't even remember. I don't think I bookmarked it for reference. But it was a very beautifully drawn and painted picture, and it had your typical knight, silver armour, but his tunic was in green and red under armour underneath it, so I wanted to try and recreate that. Nice, I think red and gold goes together pretty well, actually. And this is where I remembered I'd actually forgotten to paint some bits in Leadbelcher, so I went back over that. Another coat on the sword, just tidy it up a little bit. And a bit on the shield. And let's do another coat of Retributor armour. I just realised I didn't actually do the underside of his, or in between his legs. I'm very much a if you can see it, paint it. If it isn't visible, don't. Just trying to work out what was that little finger tap. Oh, it was a light brown. Okay, yeah. Which I believe. Oh no, it was Rhinox hide for the boots and the belt, and it was Mournfang for the pouch and the sword handle. There we go. And then I was doing some Abaddon black for the sword hilt. I couldn't really think what I wanted on there. Beautiful close up of my hand there. And then I went over the gold with some Reichland Flesh Shade. A nice wash. I like how that sort of not dirties up, but like I think that really adds to the gold. Sort of ages it. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh, damn you brushes. And then I started putting some Fuegan orange shade on the actual fox fur. I like it. It's a learning experience doing these Roxes. Purely because all I've really painted at the minute was 40k stuff. And there's the old Nuln oil going over the silver metals. And then, you know what, I just decided to do absolutely everything in Nuln oil. And then I went to dry brush some Sigmarite over the gold. Not sure it actually did anything, but I'm trying to get my dry brushing down. So any practice is good practice. And then for some reason I thought adding some Stegadon Scale Green to the trim would be a good idea. Which at the moment, it looks like it was. So then I went back over the Caliban, and I think in my head I was just gonna like just wash it again. Oh yeah, I just found a bit of a mould line. Continue touching up that green, and then doing a nice little plume of Stegadon Scale Green in the middle of his hat. And this is me trying to do eyes. Now, as I said earlier, I don't have the steadiest hands in the world, so my eyes are not fantastic. And I'm trying to get this into every possible position just to try and do a decent eye, which I still ended up making them look slightly buzz-eyed. But I think I managed to cover it up quite well. Sort of. Got the old super precision brush there, my army painter one. Quite like that one. And then just going over the tip of the tail with a bit of pallid witch flesh. Can't talk. Pallid witch flesh. I think I can have a plume. And then going over the tail again with, I believe that's Agrax Earthshade, just to make the white look a little bit dirty. And there's the Nuln oil going on again, and I thought this would be a great idea, but all it really did was just completely dull everything down, so I put that one in my little book. Don't use too much Nuln oil. And then I simply finished it up by putting some textured paint on the base, Stirland Mud, and I used some of the static grass that came in with this month's medieval box. That was the summer 2mm static grass from Serious Play, and then just added a couple of bits of rock that I got from Geek Gaming. Overall, quite happy. Oh yeah, and obviously I also tidied up the base at the bottom, made it all the same colour. Some people might say it's a bit of a basic paint job, but I'm happy with it, and quite frankly I'm learning. And hopefully I will learn to keep the damn camera in focus a bit more, and next couple of videos should be quite fun. Let me know what you think of the video, guys. If you liked it, leave a comment, give me a thumbs up. Every little helps. If you didn't like it, what can I do to make it better? Looking forward to hearing from you. And until the next time, this is Gary, aka Hopeless, and I'll see you soon. Bye!